Well, we get another, I guess, shortish. Let me actually double check before I even get into the content. How many pages was this chapter? I know last week's was shorter. I think last week's was like 12 pages. We're getting an early chapter this week, so maybe this chapter will be a little bit, or I guess the next week's chapter will be a bit longer. This one is 15. That's still pretty good. But regardless of which, like this chapter, there's not a lot of large scale kind of plot and information progression. There's stuff in the very end, obviously, as easy as picture, but for the most part, the chapter is a couple fight scenes and then a lot of stuff with Libe and Asta. Obviously, having more time dedicated to content behind their characters, stuff behind Libe and Lucida, obviously upset about his mom and feeling like he's not going to be able to avenge her. But there's a lot of general neat stuff for Libe in this. I did really enjoy it. But you have Noct and Yami coming up with like this like shadow combo magic spell. I get that they're using a magic, obviously, for special effects, because Noct's arm looks bigger. Like, it looks like the size of Yami's arm almost. Not like entirely, but it looks bigger than normal. And on top of that, Yami just looks kind of strange in that. But I feel like that's just because his hair is like black instead of like having that white sheen. But also his eyes are like very open, so maybe it's just that. I did like Noct's cool like shadow sword copy of Yami's, but Lucifero does not have it. Lucifero like literally just goes full Lucifero and like just sprouts 2 extra arms and just puts them into his bodies. I wonder what the rules are on that. Like, I wonder if a devil is able to use magic that somebody they made a contract with, like if they actually like make the trade, like imagine Lucifero, even though he's a devil and he's going to be doing the whole thing with the contract, maybe he's like, even though how this works, I still am not going to trade over my magic without something in return. And then body magic, Lucifero wouldn't need the regen qualities, but I think the raw manipulation, like say like in this case, if he was just going to grow more limbs, would be something really beneficial to him, or in case he just has it. I don't know. We don't really know anything about devil physiology and like anything about their biology and whatever. So this is still kind of like a sure thing. Again, I don't know. I like the idea of them having somewhat aspects of magic of their contracted people, because like imagine if you're a devil with like 4 to 5 contracted humans and you have this many different magics at your disposal. I think that'd be really cool, because it would give devils a reason to try and work to a degree with humans, but it would also give lots of danger towards like bad guys getting more powerful by like working with devils. Either way, I didn't really see them really do anything to Lucifero. He just powered up into his whole pointy state. He got the extra horns and the shoulder pads, and I guess now he's got some extra arms. I didn't see at the end of this chapter, I don't think it's shown visibly, but I'm guessing he's gonna keep this extra set of arms. Let me go up man real quick before I continue on. Yeah, we don't see his back at all. Actually, no, we see a little bit. Actually, no, hang on. I was just clearing my throat. I've had this terrible throat condition lately, but we do see that the panel, it's like one right before we get to the Asta one. There's like a panel of Lucifero's face. It's ripped for that. You see his extra set of arms is still there, at least one of them. So I assume they're both there. I wonder exactly how that's gonna work. Is he gonna keep the arms? Can he have more than 4? Like it's such an odd little extra thing. I am very intrigued by it. I will say, like, I'm wondering if it does have anything to do with Dante, because I feel like it's more than a coincidence. Because I feel like it'd just be a little odd if Lucifero just passively has like Dante's magic, like as an extra thing on top of that for no reason. Because like I get the devils have regeneration, but they don't have like the same level of weird body kind of alteration that Dante has. Like it's kind of like not it's like a full like massive scale. It's just like some of like the more precise things as we've seen. Was it like when we saw Zagrid get all that mouths and stuff? But I mean, as long as Dante though has one, he's gonna keep regenerating. Where it's like with the devil, someone one of these other guys, you can destroy their heart and then take them out. So right now, I would say that with this whole setup, like Lucifero has, he's got his own stuff. He's obviously like not that much shown really as a character. We've only mostly got like the bad guy side to him as like he's being the crazy big bad guy, and we're starting to see a little bit more of him obviously in this more calm collective killer state. But I would say I'm hoping to see more of him. But I think he's been doing a good job so far at his display. But I will say that I know he's at 50%, so I don't expect everything from him. But like I do expect him to do some lasting damage. Like even if he didn't kill somebody, like say he permanently crippled some of the characters. Like after this, one character's in a wheelchair, maybe one character's like missing an arm and a leg, maybe one character is blind now, and then something else. If something like that, where you can see kind of just a visual set of effects over what was going on. Like there has to be something that you can kind of just see as like, oh yeah, shit, because it's different from like a random bad guy versus like obviously somebody with as much big and focus as Lucifero. But on top of that, Lucifero has the power and obviously his, I mean, like position right now in the series when we're looking at Asta, looks like he's getting some main character stuff going on. I'm guessing this has to do with the whole fact that Noct earlier said that his Devil Union form wasn't complete, so I'm guessing this is now going to be it. Like, is he going to be like is Asta going to end up having a higher end version of the form, or is this just it? Is this extra horn? His other horns are kind of elongated, bigger. I'm guessing maybe his tail's a little bit bigger. Maybe we'll see something with his wings or something. I will say, like, I like the whole general design. I'm wondering if his headband is going to be used visually for his new form. Like, are we going to get something where maybe the rest of his face is mostly shaded, and the markings on his headband are supposed to look more like teeth than anything, in just the way that it's depicted? I don't know. At the moment, though, with this, I like the stuff with Li Bing, and I thought it was good. It was something that I feel like made sense for his character to be going through in a situation like this, because in context it makes sense for him to have this kind of reaction when things are starting to get a little lost and hopeless, and he's blaming himself for what happened to Lucida. So like there's always the question of like when Asta is going to find out that was his mom too. But as of right now, it's really nice to see that plot point just kind of come back and see where it's going. And what Asta does in this is going to be really intriguing. I know some people have been theorizing that it was Li Bei and the Asta, but I feel like it has to be Asta, because one, this is a main character moment scene, and two, why would Li Bei be referring to Lucida as his partner's mom instead of his mom? I don't know why you would do that. Asta looks like he's gotten some additional states in his form though. Like he's got the different, like slightly different design to his eyes. The markings on his face are a little bit different. His hair is a different color. I'm guessing it's just black now, or maybe it's supposed to be red, or like I don't really know what the plan with it is. I'm guessing just black. But I guess yeah, because like the spots on here that are gray are actually red. It's just because we're seeing it in black and white. So maybe it is just gonna be black. I don't know. So with this, I think that the next chapter is gonna be the next chapter is coming up, and the next chapter is coming out early, and we're probably gonna get spoilers like tomorrow. So it's gonna be really cool to see what Asta's got going on for this continuation of the Lucifero fight. I'm hoping that we just get to a point where the two parties have to separate. Like for some reason, Lucifero isn't defeated, but he has to pull back. Like maybe he suffers like a serious wound, one that we know that he isn't going to be able to just immediately recover from. It's not too crazy, but something just to kind of build it up. Nothing obviously to the extent of Dante, but maybe for whatever reason Lucifero decides to take that and kind of pull back or do something else. Like that, the big question mark in the scenario for me right now in the larger scale, because whenever I look at like whether it's like between 2 characters, between 20 characters, the scenario, like what is the like the kind of thing that's like their big topic, and like what exactly they're going to be really kind of hyper focused on. And right now the whole thing, the question on that for Black Clover is, how are they going to get away from Lucifero? How are these two parties going to separate to where the Clover Kingdom people aren't going to get completely massacred by Lucifero, and I guess Aldramouth isn't going to do anything, but like Lucifero, he just raised his hand at this point and killed most of the characters around here, especially now because like he was pressing people in his like non-pokey form, but now he's all jagged and pointy, so he's doing more damage. So like I don't know what their plans are, but anyway. Other than that, comment below, thumbs up the video, with a front like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. For that, I appreciate everyone's subscribe. Thank you all for listening. Bye.